Star Wars is now 40 years old.
I find 99 objects that do 99...
But a bitch ain't one.
Welcome to Fat Man Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Mark Bernard.
Okay, so Star Trek Discovery is happening whether you want it to or not.
What is the sonic power Black Canary uses called in the comic book?
Canary cry?
Correct!
This episode of Quit Stalling is brought to you by Jinx.com. To get 10% off of your entire shopping cart on Jinx.com, use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout. This is the first time I've done it on cue as the graphics show up on screen, and I'm hyped! BlizzCon is months away, but I'm still hyped. Overwatch League has got me hyped. If you want any Blizzard merchandise, brave the storm. In Jinx.com's wide variety of gamer and geek swag, use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout. When you do, that's QuitStalling_366 at checkout. Get 10% off of all your gamer and geek swag. They got Witcher shirts, they got Hearthstone shirts, they got Half-Life 2 shirts, because Half-Life 3 is never going to come our way. So yeah, check that out, Jinx.com, QuitStalling_366 at checkout. All right. Broadcasting live from the eerie quietness because our audio system got messed up by Windows updates. Broadcasting live from the Quit Stalling Podcast studio, which will be relocated in just a matter of days. I am Herald Silvestre. I am your host of all things Quit Stalling, whether it's the Geekcast, Gambit, or things hosted abroad. That is me. That is my real name. You can find me anywhere at Herald Plays. And with me today, making his 21st, as I wrote on my show notes, appearance on the show. 21st? 21st?
I was going to call you out on that.
Yeah. And if the thing is, if there's any... If I've been doing this wrong and if I've counted wrong this whole time, you know, I've been spreading misinformation. And I've
fake
been...
news,
yeah.
fake news.
Fake news, man. Fake news or alternative facts. No relation to Zoe. The man, the myth, the Lucio main. It's Juancho Saldana. How you doing, Juancho?
What's up? Actually, I'm a Mercy main now, since Lucio has fallen out of the meta.
Oh, sad
Like,
times.
ever since I started playing on the PC, actually. But anyway, what's up, guys? It's Juancho here. And Herald, by the way, I'm a genius, because I have bed music.
Oh, you do?
You could just play the Cantina band. The 10-hour one on YouTube.
No, but you can... Right now.
Yeah, but you can play it for you. So that you have bed music for you, so that you don't lose energy.
This man, ladies and gentlemen, this man is
so that's
genius.
what I'm doing. I went to YouTube. I turned on the Cantina Band 10 hours and just put it to the music I want, and now I can hear the Cantina Band, and it's like the same thing over and over again. So we should be in sync with people at home.
Okay,
there we go.
Perfect. That works.
There we
that
go.
Works for me. That works for me. I'm gonna do that.
So it's not awkward silence.
That's true.
You know,
You know what, Juancho? What would I do without you? What would I do without you? I'd probably do this show solo and then stop after like a day.
I feel like you could do this solo. You've done it solo, haven't you?
No, I've never done it solo. I've always, if the guest or if the co-host can't make it, I make it a point, because I'd rather do the show with someone than by myself, because it's always more fun that way.
No, but yeah, remember we were talking about technical difficulties, and there was a time, there was this one show where I kept disconnecting, and technically you were doing it alone then, you pushed through it.
Yeah. I think the confidence came from the assuring fact that you would come back. I was I can hold my own for a couple minutes, and then he'll be back. He'll be my shining light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, welcome everyone to the Geekcast. Apparently, we are Godzilla-proof, but definitely not technical difficulty-proof or Windows update-proof. Because, man, did that screw over my settings. I swear to God. I don't think I've...
Yeah, I could feel it. It threw you off a bit. Because we actually started early. We called early this time, and you're like, okay, we get to talk about the show notes and what we can take off and stuff like that. But nope, instead we spent the entire time trying to fix stuff.
I know, and good thing too. You know, if we started late and we had to do all that, then we'd be so messed up.
Yep. And you have something to do today too. So with that, let's just start the show because we're on the clock, and I'm gonna beat you to it. What have you been up to, Harold? Let's spice that.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy right there. All right, so I have been fixing, like I mentioned, the move from this Quit Stalling Podcast studio to the new Quit Stalling Podcast studio, which is like 15 minutes away from where I currently am, and about a minute away from where I used to live before I moved here. So yeah, it's a bigger apartment, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Lots more space to do stuff with, so that's gonna be fun. Actually drove home from Alabang just now to make the show. I brought my rig with me because I played Overwatch at my girlfriend's place over the weekend. Because Juancho,
Really? How come I never caught you?
Invisible.
You jerk. We haven't played in forever.
I know. No, because the thing is, I wasn't sure if my ping was going to be good. And we just ended up playing, like, intermittently. Like, the ping was good, but I also had to work in between. So I didn't want to be like, hey, guys, we're back. Okay, hey, we're gonna take a break for a bit. So I didn't want to do that and have to explain everything to everyone. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
It would have been awkward.
That would have been that intermittent Harold would have been better than no Harold. Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay, well, let me check my ping now, and then maybe we can play when I get back tonight. Yeah, like, I know you stay up late just to play Overwatch with everyone, so...
Yes, because I need that social interaction.
Oh, yeah. Or you just use us for our bodies, like, as you mentioned last week on the show.
Anyway, anything else?
So, the move... That's pretty much where my focus has been, is the move. And playing a little bit of Overwatch. I'm so rusty. My aim is so bad. So just trying to get all that back. Yeah, I'm trying to get all that back.
I don't do DPS, so I don't have to worry about main aim. So.
Well, Jonak would argue otherwise, but Jonak. All right, Juancho, what have you been playing?
I can aim that mercy beam.
Oh, that's true. What have you been up to?
Same old. I'm still looking for a job. Literally sending out applications left and right. Nothing yet, so if anyone out there is hiring, do tell.
Or subscribe to us on twitch.tv/quitstalling and help us pay Juancho.
Oh yeah, that too. That could work. What else? I went to a board game thing on Sunday, which was hella fun. Well, I talked about this last week too, like the meetup thing, the meetup.com.
Yeah. Like you go to that for their bodies.
So I did that again this week. Used their bodies apparently, and oh yeah, pretty boring week for me.
Well, you got to get your jollies off somehow. So
Yep. This is probably gonna be the highlight of my week.
Well, and it's not so bad, right? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. The shows that we do are usually the highlights of my week. Like, I get through like a lot of stress and worrying about like real life stuff, and then I just get to kick back with you, with Diego, with Mick, and whoever guest we have on that weekend. Just relax and have fun.
Oh yeah. That's why we do this.
Exactly. All right, man. So without further ado, actually, sorry. Do you have anything else you want to say before we move on?
No. That's everything. That's everything.
Perfect. All right, guys. We have no news. Wait, I'm gonna lower the bed music.
It's the news, everyone.
It's gonna be playing here. It's the news, and it's brought to you by Tom Cruise's broken ankle. Tom Cruise's broken ankle has brought us this episode of the show and this part of the news, where we talk about important things that happen in geek culture. So first things first.
Apparently his ankle is so important in geek culture.
I mean,
tell me why. Do tell me why.
The man is Jack Reaper. So, did you ever see that movie? I never saw it.
No, I did not. I actually haven't watched a Tom Cruise movie until I watched The Mummy. Has he been in a lot?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Has he been in a lot besides? Huh?
You've seen Tropic Thunder.
Was he in that?
He was the bald dude. He was the bald.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was, huh?
Yeah, the one that dances.
Oh,
at the
okay.
end.
But that even that movie, that came out like ages ago, man.
Yeah, still holds up. Still holds up.
Yeah, it does. I didn't watch any of the MI movies, I think. So.
Oh, any of them? You never watched any of them?
No, none of them. None of them.
Well, speaking of Mission Impossible movies, Juancho, thanks for setting me up there. This is how Tom Cruise broke his ankle. So he runs, and like as Graham Norton on his show was saying, like when you see that for the first time, you're kind of wondering like, how did he break his ankle with that? Like, how did he?
I feel
his
like
foot?
I'm gonna guess because I don't know. I feel like he hit his ankle on the wall.
Yes.
It looked like a slam. It looked like it hurt.
It was absolutely a slam. You got it. You nailed it right on the head. Let me play that clip right now. Here you go. And so this is it in slow-mo. They even zoom in and just show like how. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So no more of that. No more of that. So that's how it happened. Just him just slamming it on that wall, and it was pretty messed up. I saw the clip a couple of times because I've been through my fair share of sports injuries, and just seeing that made me relive it. And it's that sick sadistic thing you do when like you don't want to see that horror movie, but you just can't take your eyes off it.
I get you.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I saw that a couple times, and it's messed up. And so it turns out that's why the newest Mission Impossible movie has been delayed by like a year. Is because they had to make sure he was okay.
You can't have Mission Impossible if he can't shoot anything with a broken ankle,
Exactly.
But
exactly.
props to him though. He did that stunt.
Yeah.
He's been doing his own stunts. That's what I know about him. That's what I know about him in all his Mission Impossible stuff. That he does his own stunts. Like one of the craziest ones was when he was hanging next to an airplane. Right. That was his stunt. He did that himself. Yeah.
So that's right. He did that himself, and he is known for doing that. And this is like one. I'm going to show you one more example of how tough this guy is. Like you could put his religious views aside. He's cuckoo. But this is how tough this guy is. This is right after he did that part. He pulls himself up, messed up ankle, and he just shimmies away. And then right after he falls down.
They should put that in the movie. They should just include that scene.
I think that's the only take they got, so I think they have to put it in the scene. I think they have to put it in the movie. As he said, like, this is the only time I'm going to get to do this. I don't want to shoot it again. So he just forced himself up and walked away. And then right after he went down, and he was just like, guys, that's it. You're going to have to take me to the hospital. It's broken. Like, he knew. He knew when that happened. So this guy's
dang.
tough.
Props to him. Props to him.
Like, all 5 feet of him. Like, bro. It's so easy for us to say, or for me to say, because we're taller than him. But yeah, that dude is tough. That dude is tough as nails. And sorry, go on.
No, I was just thinking how easy it is to make fun of Tom Cruise. He's crazy. His religion is a little, and he's short. But props to him. Props
so
to
much
him.
props.
No more blows. No more blows. Let's get on to the next thing, which is the Mummy. We can't talk about the Mummy.
Actually, we'll do the Mummy right after this. You're right. We'll do the Dark Universe right after this. But they did. I do want to touch on this really fast because it's not going to be that much of a bit of breaking news. The new movie is going to be called Mission Impossible Fallout, as you can see from this little shot from his Twitter, or his Instagram. Sorry. And I'd like to thank our sister website, Nerdist, for providing us that image. Thank you, Nerdist. Hi, Chris. Miss you. No affiliation to the Nerdist at all. No affiliation. All right. So, Juancho, you wanted to talk about the sad,
just the Dark Universe,
the cautionary tale of the Universal's. This is Universal, right? Universal's the Dark Universe.
Yep. Their attempt to make a cinematic universe with the Mummy, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the Invisible Man, and Frankenstein.
Oh my god!
Of course it's gonna work. And I just have really quick news about it.
Go for it.
It's just this thing. You know how a lot of good movies are coming out 2020.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
one of the movies one of the movies, The Invisible Man, starring Johnny Depp, which I think that actually sounds really, really interesting to me. Just because I really, really like Johnny Depp. I think he's a great actor. He plays so many roles so flamboyantly. So I really want to see how he does as Invisible Man. But a lot of the movies in Universal's Dark universe are going back to the drawing board, basically, because of how negatively The Mummy was received. So, so it was supposed to be released 2020, but it's going to get pushed back because they lost the writer. Another planned movie was The Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
Which is it's not even going to be part of the universe, apparently. It's going to be a standalone project. Who knows about that? But yeah, a lot of these movies are just losing steam just because of backlash from The Mummy. So, sorry, Tom Cruise. Sorry.
I mean, with good reason, right? Because they really did jump the gun. And before the Mummy even came out, they were like, you know what? We're tying all these movies together.
Yeah.
And we're going to make our own Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're making our own intertwined movie universe. And
it was a risk. It was a risk. Like, they have so many, they have these movies planned already. They don't even know if the foundation is solid, you know?
Exactly.
Crazy.
And it would have been fine if they were building off of, the obvious route would have been the Marvel route, which is put out one movie at a time and, slowly establish things before really announcing anything. Like, they put out Hulk before they actually announced the Avengers, because all they had was Nick Fury showing up at the end of the end of Iron Man before that. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Marvel had that long-term vision, but they never really announced it until they were ready. And Universal did the typical Hollywood thing, which is, oh, that works? Yeah, let's do our own
Let's
version
rush it.
of that.
Let's make money.
Oh,
like what DC is doing too. And
yeah, DC really jumped the gun on that one. Man. Okay, so
I'm surprised though. There's another cinematic universe we haven't seen in a while. It's the Monster Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
King Kong, right? I was expecting just bombardment of monster movies after that, but I haven't seen one lately, or even an announced one.
Yeah, and aren't they supposed to do a Godzilla versus King Kong movie?
Yeah. You know.
Oh.
I actually
Maybe
thought
they're
they'd be
playing
rushing it too. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Isn't that also
that's
Universal? But
yeah. And yeah, like we talked about with the Netflix Godzilla, going into that real quick, if they do it like that, where they write it so that you're actually invested in the people, and Godzilla is there to put fear in your heart, then it could work. But the way they did it in the Western Godzilla, the most recent one, the one that doesn't involve Ferris Bueller, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great. It's just, I don't know, Juancho, I like the Godzilla back in 1999. Was that 1999?
Oh, the weird one where I don't know how to distinguish it. It's the weird Godzilla, the long-faced Godzilla.
Where he's city-sized and
I really like that. I actually really like that. That was one of the first Godzilla movies. No, it's not one of the first I've seen, but it's one of the first ones I've seen in the cinema.
Yeah. It was definitely the first one I saw in the cinema as well. Definitely the first, I think, that I saw. I'd heard of Godzilla so much. That was my first exposure to him. And then I saw the Japanese ones. So yeah, I think,
the Mothra one was the first one I've seen. I've seen because I had an older cousin who was really into it.
Oh really?
Back then.
Shin
yeah.
Gojira.
the suit Godzilla. I love my favorite one was when he fights Mothra. So.
Oh yeah, definitely awesome. Oh, there he is. Shout out to Ferran Sushu in the chat. What's up, man? He's saying Gojira. That's right.
There you go. Now it's a show.
Now it's a show. Yeah. So Francis, since you're the only one here, we'll catch you up real quick. Audio technical difficulties due to Windows's update. So all my virtual audio cables where I route all the audio to aren't working properly. So we had to improvise. So the music you're hearing is just going to be Cantina Band on loop, or Space Jazz on loop. No trademark infringement. It's just Space Jazz on loop. Space Lounge Jazz, and you know what? We hope you enjoy the show. Just to say, he's saying sorry was out from lunch. No, man, no. Enjoy your lunch. I haven't eaten yet.
Oh.
I'm actually starving.
Food is more important than watching.
Definitely.
But then after that, you should watch.
Yeah. You know, catch up. Say hi. Speaking of the podcast, Juancho, the podcasts, we're getting a record number of downloads on the audio feed recently. So I'm very proud of us. I do want to thank you for that, because without you and the other co-hosts, none of this would be possible.
Pat yourself on the back and pretend that's me. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, man. You know what? Our most downloads, I think people might have thought it was clickbait, because it was the episode titled Sebastian Stan for Young Luke, and it was just me ranting about how I want Sebastian Stan as Young Luke. That one has
actually paid off.
Yeah, that one has the most downloads of all time. Like, if you combine all the other episode downloads, like, they'd come close to being like way farther. But, like, you know, that's how much people have downloaded that episode. So, like, I'm really proud.
Or maybe people just really believe in you, that he should be.
He should be Young Luke!
Let's not get into that. Let's just move on to the next thing. We don't have that much time, buddy.
You're right. What do we do? Let's see.
You want to know another thing that's coming out 2020, apparently?
Oh, you mean 2020, the 2016 of the 2020s?
The 2016 of the 2020s, yes. Another thing that's coming out is Indy 5, apparently.
Oh my god, Indiana Jones 5. All right, so I saw this on comicbookmovie.com, or comicbook.com, which has become a more reliable source over the recent months.
I saw it on the denofgeeks.com.
Oh, you saw it on Den of Geeks. Okay, yeah, so Den of Geeks is also a really good source. Indiana Jones 5, man. Tell the folks at home about it while I pull up an image of Indiana Jones.
Sure. So they just have it planned for 2020. I'm pretty sure they're not going to make it. They haven't even started shooting it or anything, because Steven Spielberg's next movie is going to be West Side Story.
Oh, that's
and
right.
He promises that after West Side Story, he's going to be working on Indiana Jones, and he's looking to shoot that next year with the aim, only the aim of having it in cinemas by 2020. So expect West Side Story first.
Well,
and that's literally all we have about Indiana Jones, because it's not even written yet. So
that's interesting, dude. Yeah, so none of it is written. And, you know, 2020 is a projected date, like an ideal date. This is interesting.
Because everyone wants to hit that 2020 mark, man.
Everyone wants to hit 2020. She's hot. So sexist jokes aside, Indiana Jones, man, is an interesting property right now, because, you know, the last movie they did, Crystal Skull. Did I get that title right? Crystal Skull?
Yeah, it was it the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, or was it just Crystal Skull? I forget.
Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull. Let's see. It was the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Like wasn't the best received Indiana Jones movie, or best received movie ever. And in hindsight, like, a lot of people now are starting to blame Shia LaBeouf, which I think is unwarranted, because he wasn't bad in that movie.
He was all right there.
He was in his prime then.
Yeah, around that time he was the it actor. You know?
Yeah.
In fact, he was supposed to be the next Indiana Jones, right?
I think so. Yeah, they're supposed to.
They were hinting to it, because you know how he picks up the hat in the end.
Yes.
Yes. But then Indiana Jones is like, no, not yet, kid.
Yeah. I'll see you around, kid. Uncle Luke. Let's see. Ojo's Green Pants. Ojo's Green Pants over in the chat says Shia's Monkey Bros though. Oh man, Ojo's, man, how you doing? Still waiting for that sub.
He's watching because he's waiting for me, because we're gonna play after this.
Oh, right? Awesome. Is that why your phone's ringing? Just like, Juancho, get off the show.
I don't know. Honestly, my phone is ringing because I don't know. A bunch of chats are just active right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let me add to that. Let me add a little chat to your life while we're talking about Indiana Jones. Yeah, so Crystal Skull, wasn't the best. Hopefully this new one will be good. Hopefully Harrison Ford doesn't die in it.
I mean, I didn't think Crystal Skull was that bad.
Oh yeah, like
people didn't like it because of the ending, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler
yeah,
alert. By the way, I really want to talk about the ending now.
I can't hit the spoiler alert button, but yeah, let's do it. Holy spoiler alert!
All right, so yeah, the ending it was suddenly aliens or something, right? That was the ending.
Yeah. So
People didn't like it. They're thinking it's not indie or something, but I liked it. I really like surprise endings, and that was certainly surprising for me.
Yeah, because Indiana Jones is less sci-fi and more of like the mythic and mystic. You know, we had people sacrificing. We've had people with the Ark of the Covenant getting melted. You know, like it's been more of
Adrian's in the chat. Oh no.
Adrian!
He says I do
He's
love
back.
spoiling movies. Hey, I gave a warning this time. This time I said I was, and then he shouted and everything.
Brother, how have you been, Adrian, man? It's been too long. It's been too long. We're glad we caught you. We're so glad we caught you. How have you been, dude? All right. So yeah, hopefully this one ends up being better received. You know, less controversial than one Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
I feel like they have to start replacing Harrison Ford, though. I think he's getting a little bit too old for this role.
He's getting too old for this shit. Maybe not kill him though. You know, like it feels like he just comes back to die in these movies nowadays.
Well, to be fair, he really, 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 really wanted to die in Star Wars.
Yeah,
You know?
he's been.
I'm pretty sure that was like part of his contract. He was like, okay, you know what? I'm coming back to Star Wars, but you gotta kill me.
You gotta kill me, JJ. You gotta kill me. Yeah. So yeah, probably. But yeah, hopefully this one. Just let him retire like his dad. His dad was like what? Sean Connery, right? His dad was Sean Connery.
He died off screen.
Indiana
Right?
Jones, dad. But was it Sean Connery?
Yeah, it was Sean Connery.
Yeah, Henry Jones. Yeah, Henry Jones Sr. Yeah, just let Indy die. Or no, don't let him die. Just let him.
He can't die off
be
screen.
a professor. Yeah, just let him be a professor.
He's already a professor. He's already
Like
a professor.
yeah, I mean like let him be the wise man Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf turns to for advice.
Let him be. Yeah, he could be the mentor.
Yeah, let him grab his. Let Shia. I'm lobbying for Shia LaBeouf now.
I feel like they're going to
continuity.
replace Shia though. Like
Don't
for
don't
sure.
the mummy this. Like that's what I don't want. Is just replacing him for the sake of getting another actor. Like don't the mummy this. Sick with your Anakin Skywalker. All right, don't Anakin him either. Just get Shia, get him to like call Harrison Ford and be like, Dad, I'm on a plane. And he's like, what are you doing there? You know, just let him. It belongs in a museum.
Or he could he could have like another surprise son. Who knows?
Oh my God, Adrian in the chat says Han Solo dies.
Oh my God, for real?
I love this
Did
guy. Ojo's Green Pants says, yeah, Henry Sr. did die off screen, and Shia is crazy now though. But that's what makes it so perfect. You know, he's crazy now. Like being the son of Indy Jones will make you a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like this is perfect. Let him be that kid that just wanted attention, and now he's finally, you know, finding his outlet, which is being the archaeologist he never wanted to be.
Last time we saw it, he was in a biker gang or something, right?
Last I
I'm
saw him
pretty
was
sure
in
he
that
didn't go to
meme
college.
where
I'm
he's
pretty
in-
sure he didn't go to college. No, I mean
Shia
like in
LaBeouf?
the movie. In the
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Not, I was.
No, exactly, right? Like, let him find his way by being that father, like, being like the father figure that made him crazy. Oh, Francis in the chat says, do it! Just do it!
No, the last time I saw Shia LaBeouf, he was punching Nazis. Which, oh my God, that's what Indiana Jones does. That blew my mind.
See?
Freaking blew my mind.
And it's never been
He's
more relevant.
perfect.
It's never been more relevant than in today's political climate. You know, let him let him loose on some Nazis, man. Just do it. Yeah, man, I'm down for that. Ojos in the chat says he dropped out and became a cool kid, greaser type. Yeah, let him find his way, and wanted to open a motorcycle shop. Wow, was that? I really have to rewatch Crystal Skull. I kind of watched that with like my eyes.
I've been
covered by
dying
it.
to rewatch the entire Indiana Jones series. Actually,
You want to do that on Thursday? You want to do like that commentary?
you want
track?
to just watch and then just talk while watching? Let's do that. Why not? Let's go.
Oh my God. We might have found what we're doing on Thursday. So guys, for those of you who are just joining us, we might do something special on Thursday, me and Juancho, and we might have just figured out what it is. So, because we're having technical difficulties with our audio today, so we wanted to make up for it with an even better show, and we wanted to test things out. We wanted to do something that isn't normal Geekcast. Ojo says he binged Indiana Jones recently. You want to come on the show and do it with us? You want to have like pre-written jokes because you've seen it recently? You want to be the Pierce to our community?
Literally, we just have everyone just watching it.
Yeah.
Just watch it all together. Just have movie night.
Yeah, just a movie night, and then it'll just be like everyone watches it. Like, all right, guys, we're gonna watch it in 1, 2, 3, and then they could just have us like in the background while they're watching. Like, they could have the tab minimized. And all we're doing is just being that Mystery Science Theater 3000 track over it. We could just do that.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do that.
Ask the people on Gambit too.
Oh yeah. Mick will be like, in the scene Juancho. You really have to watch this scene. All right, yeah, I'm down for that. All right. Indiana Jones, man. Indiana Jones. Speaking of Harrison Ford and properties that he has a loose connection with, Star Wars Rebels has been revealed to premiere.
Look at that. Everything's just connected.
I know. This is like the most perfect show in terms of content connectivity. The newest season of Star Wars Rebels is set to debut and premiere actually this February 19, the year of our Lord 2018. And there's a lot of stuff going down with Star Wars Rebels, Juancho.
I'm not updated. I missed an entire season. So.
Oh really? Well, this is the perfect time to catch up because
this
upcoming season is the final season.
I figured it'd be the last.
It's about time, right? It's about time they moved on and talked about other stories, maybe of the younger Luke variety. I'm just suggesting.
But yeah, I mean, like, you just know it has to end. Like soon.
Oh yeah.
Rebels, like from the beginning, from season 1, you just know, okay, so how long is this going to be? Probably 2-3 seasons, just because it's like right before New Hope and none of these guys are there. So
yeah,
I always treated like every season as like, oh, is this going to be the last one? Is this going to be the last one? So this finally is the last one.
Yeah.
I love Rebels.
Confirmed.
Though. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love Rebels as well. I like the pace because it's a lot more serialized. Compared to Clone Wars, the Clone Wars, you couldn't avoid getting those episodes that you weren't as fond of as the main storyline episodes. Seeing droids in the desert wasn't exactly my cup of tea, but they were stories that had to be told, because they were part of the Clone Wars. Every single bit of that was, for better or for worse, part of the Clone Wars and deserved to be told. So
I feel like the Clone Wars was better than Rebels, though. It is better than Rebels.
Oh yeah, I mean, in many different ways they're better. I mean, for me, one is better than the other. Like, Clone Wars was great in expanding the universe that the movies never could. Rebels is great in telling a coherent story that just goes episode to episode and showing us
that's true.
The pockets of the universe that, again, couldn't be told, but at the same time weren't directly involved in the Skywalker narrative. Yeah, like,
it's I feel like no, they're probably equal. Never mind, because they are completely different stories.
Yeah, you get the threads to tie everything together. Some feel a little forced. Like Ahsoka was very welcome, but Vader, like, do we really need Vader in everything? Like,
yes. What the hell are you talking about?
I wouldn't mind him just being that fable that everyone is so afraid of, and then maybe have him show up at the very end. Like, don't have him like midway through, and
that's exactly what he was in Rebels, right? He wasn't there all the time, but you felt his presence. You felt like, oh my god, these guys are scared of this guy.
Yeah.
And then eventually they run into him, and you're just terrified because there's no way we can beat him. I felt it. So
that's true.
I think he was used properly. So
I just wish he was
like
more of a badass. Like, to earn that reputation. Like, it feels like he doesn't kill enough on these shows, and that's kind of what you.
That's why you should just read the Darth Vader comics.
Yes, really good comics, by the way. Really good comics.
Then
I've
you'll
read
feel
1
like,
to
oh my
9.
god, he's badass. Huh?
Yeah, I read 1 to 9 because for the longest time Tracy collected Darth Vader. It was really good. And then I midway through I was just like, what if they just reboot this and say that it's not canon? I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it.
Who's gonna buy it from Disney?
Well, not
No one's
Fox,
gonna-
that's for sure. All right. Yeah, man, I'm excited for this final season of Rebels. I want to see where all the plot lines finish. We're apparently going to get nods, or if not direct appearances from the people from Mortis. You remember Mortis, the Mortis trilogy in the Clone Wars? The father, the daughter, and the son.
Oh yeah. Those things I really like. Those parts.
Those 3 episodes.
Things that delve with the Force. Oh my god.
So good. So good. Those are probably, if not my favorite episodes of the Clone Wars, definitely like right next to whichever is my favorite. Like those were so good.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Star Wars Rebels, Feb 19. Let's see where this goes, and I'm excited to see where Dave Filoni goes from here, because there are rumors that showrunner and director and longtime George Lucas fanboy Dave Filoni may be heading into the live action scene, with a Star Wars TV
really?
show. Yeah. So, we'll see.
I feel like we could use some animated stuff about Rey and Finn and all that.
Oh yeah, I would love that. More current events would be great to be fleshed out on animated, especially if they're not going to be involved in the main storyline saga after episode 9.
Oh my god, that's what the little kid's for. The Broom Kid is gonna get his own freaking cartoon. That's what I feel like. Confirmed.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So we're hopping from one Disney property to another right now, Juancho, and we want to talk about some Marvel things. First things first.
Go ahead.
Sad emotes only for one Tanning Chatham, because Gambit is getting benched once again.
Really?
Yeah, once again. So Gambit's production has been put on the shelves once again. This movie and Channing Tatum have had like the most stop starts I've ever seen from any movie. Because it was in production for a while, and then it wasn't, and then it was again. Like, I feel bad for Channing, because the guy obviously really wants to be Gambit, and he picked up a decent accent. He picked up a decent Cajun accent on the way, and I really wish he gets to Deadpool this and be able to do his movie for once, and finally.
So do you know the details on why it got pushed back again? Or?
Let's see here. I have it here somewhere. Let me bring it up. But yeah, he had that appearance when Age of Apocalypse was on Comic-Con. He was on stage taking the selfie with everyone, and he had his Cajun accent. He was like, "All right, everyone." I can't do it, but yeah, it's really sad. Mick in the chat says, "I miss you, Juancho." What's up, Mick?
Is he Fury Bot?
Yeah, he is the Fury Bot.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I miss you too. I thought you were an actual bot. I was like,
All right,
oh no,
so-
Skynet.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Gore Verbinski was supposed to be directing it. He picked up the mantle from, I forgot who left before him. And he's supposed to be working with Channing and the rest of the crew for Gambit to release the movie by Feb next year. Or around June.
I
Feb
started
to
in
June.
2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2019. And, Gore Verbinski has supposedly left.
Okay.
And that's put a wrench in the plans. And, yeah.
Do you think it has anything to do with the whole they got bought by Disney or anything? Or
I didn't until now, and I think that's 100% what happened.
yeah, I feel like the timing seems right.
Yeah, I think this is one of those movies that, weren't in production yet, and they were like, all right, anything that Fox was doing, put it on hold, and let's make sure these come out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the right way. I think that's what's happening.
Which I wouldn't mind. That's actually better than having it in the X-Men universe in Fox. So
Yeah, I mean, this man right here deserves to be in the proper Gambit movie. You know what I'm saying, Juancho?
would you know when the new release date is, or no? I'm guessing 2020, just because everyone wants to hit that 2020.
For some reason, right? No, there's no news on when. But I do hope it's sooner than later, because Channing Tatum is not getting any younger, and you know, he looks pretty good with long hair, I want to say.
I haven't seen him lately, actually.
Oh really? I have a shot like right now on screen. Like he's
Yeah,
got
I
that
see it.
long
I see
hair.
it. Yeah, he looks fine. He fits him. He fits him.
He
Yeah.
fits, man. Just put a mask over him, that Gambit like balaclava over him.
It could work. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check the chat real quick. Adrian Latipi said, "What accent? Where's Gambit from?" Gambit has a Cajun accent. He's from Nolens, Louisiana. Francis said, "I think Channing drew a bad hand."
Oh well, sayonara.
Oh, that's my phone. And he's saying sayonara. Oh my God, Sonic. Okay, I got it.
I got you.
That's clever. That's clever. That's awesome. All right. We got a few things left to talk about before we have to wrap up. But once again, guys, we got another show coming on Thursday. We're gonna test out a couple things. Me and Juancho are just gonna see where it goes, you know. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And Adrian says, I thought he was French because of his last name. For those of you who don't know, Gambit's real name is Remy LeBeau. And yeah, there's a lot of like French culture and Creole culture and Haitian culture down there in New Orleans.
In New Orleans, yeah.
So it's like a melting
It fits.
pot, like gumbo. So yeah,
Have you actually been to New Orleans? It's pretty nice there.
really, I want to go for a.
I've had alligator jambalaya. So.
That sounds yummy, actually. I don't know
It was
why.
not. It's not. It just tastes like chicken. It tastes like weird chicken.
Oh, okay. Okay. What's that? What's that donut they have down there that's really good? That was in Chef, the fried donuts.
I wouldn't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let me look at that fried donut.
Aren't all donuts fried? Right?
Beignets.
Huh.
These are like supposed to be really good, and like the best comes from New Orleans. So New Orleans. Let me put up a photo real quick on screen because now I want donuts.
Oh no! Yeah, I've had those. Oh my god, they were so good. I did.
Okay. Jerk.
I want to travel the U.S. again now. Man.
Oh, dude. Yo, wait for me. Let's go on a road trip.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
Dude, and then we just do podcasts from city to city.
I mean, all we need is a mic, a laptop, and a place to talk.
Yeah. Francis said cubanos. And Ojo's in the chat says, oh, they're pronounced beignet.
Oh, fancy.
Man. Watch it. Just like, oh, thanks. All right, so let's wrap things up with a surprise for me, man. A surprise for me. Oh wait, no. Let's do Captain Marvel real quick before the last bit of news.
I figured.
Since we are on Marvel news. Let me see.
Jay had quite a bit to say about that, actually. I
We've
promised
got
him
our
I'd
first
read
look at Captain
what
Marvel.
he said, but I lost
Yeah,
the
go
chat.
for it. While I throw up photos.
Sure. So Jay couldn't join us.
Rip.
I was hoping he'd join us so that you'd have someone to talk to the Royal Rumble with.
Oh no, I didn't really want to talk about it. I just thought it'd be fun if people did want to talk about it, but if no one wants to talk about it, then it's not that fun.
I mean, I have a lot of friends who are really into wrestling, and they actually asked me, "Have you watched Royal Rumble?" I'm like, "Oh, I stopped following wrestling back in high school, so."
Yeah, I watch it in the background when I work because it's really fun to have that on and just hear like people excited. It makes me excited.
Oh
for
no,
work.
yeah, I remember the Royal Rumble was always my favorite event back then because like, oh my god, he's in the ring, and getting people tossed out is always hilarious.
It's
But
always
anyway,
super funny.
So I'm just gonna read it word for word. So his input for Captain Marvel is that all he could say is he loves the color scheme, and it's totally old school Kree soldier. So yeah, and I don't know, the princess makes me think, hey, maybe we'll finally get to see the Kree in all their glory.
Those are definitely Jay's words.
Yep, the Kree Empire.
writes,
holy shit.
Yeah, Jay writes sort of how he talks, which is.
I know. I can hear him in my head right now.
Yeah, right. So yeah, if you guys are seeing these photos right now, if you're watching the video feed, so we did get shots of Brie Larson on set wearing her Captain Marvel outfit. And for those of you who are wondering, why doesn't it look like the Captain Marvel we see in the comics? Because her outfit is red, gold, and blue. It's likely because this is her origin movie. This is actually set in like the 90s. So we're getting like earlier Captain Marvel. If this was like the comics, she'd be like Ms. Marvel. But they're rewriting things to make it current. And it seems like, when she gets the powers or when she adopts the mantle of Captain Marvel, the suit is in traditional Kree colors, which is, greenish, blue.
Kind of looks like a Green Lantern to me, though.
Yeah, ish. Yeah, you're right. It really does look like Green Lantern, and people are going to make
it's
that
a green
comparison.
bodysuit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Jay would probably hate on me right now. Sorry,
Jay hates on a lot of things. Don't worry. Like, you'll get used to it. But yeah, so it's looking good, and we've already had people like photoshopping it to look like the colors in the comics. And
Do you have any pictures of that?
Yeah, I do actually. Let me bring it up, and it's really fun. And the thing is, I think if she does make an appearance in what's it called, the upcoming Infinity War movie, I think she will come out in these colors. More so than what we're seeing from the set of Captain Marvel. And yeah, it's just because it's likely because it's a flashback, and we'll get some like explanation why she recolors them and whatnot. But yeah, it's looking good. What I hate is real quick. What I hate is people like those douchebag guys or the people who focus on her butt. They're just like, she has no butt. Why? It's like she.
I didn't
really?
even notice.
That's what you're focusing on. The suit looks amazing. We have a lead female in a Marvel movie, in a big time Marvel movie. Just let's focus on how proud we are of that and how awesome it is that she actually looks like what Captain Marvel looks like in the comic. Can we just appreciate that for a second and look forward to the movie and not sexualize?
I'm sure they can fix it with CG thing? Anyway. Just joking.
And I mean, it's green. No, like it's green. It could be CG later.
That'd be like so messed up if they're trying to fix it in CG.
No, because it could be green because it'd be like an animated red. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
that's true. Yeah.
Like people chill. Like so many conclusions being jumped to, just like the dark universe over here. So. Yeah, so... Oh, and Francis in the chat says, beignet! The ointment you put on parts that are sore. Definitely. I put a lot of beignet on my ankles. Ojos in the chat says, there's the theory that it could be a subtle green screen for that cosmic effect, similar to the recent Power Rangers. Yeah, see? Ojos has my back. Ojos has my back.
You know what also had, like, freaking cosmic effect? The Green Lantern suit.
Oh, my God. I still hold my theory, or not theory, my pitch that Ryan Reynolds would have made a way better Flash than Green Lantern, because his comedy fits the Flash, not Hal Jordan.
Ah, that's true. Yeah. Oh my God, he could have been the Flash in freaking the Justice League,
and it would have been so much more well received. Like I
feel, yeah.
Not to knock on Ezra Miller because he has his own take, but he is not my Barry Allen. He is no one's.
No, he is. He is not. He is definitely not. But let's not digress into that. Let's not talk about that right now.
Turn him into a ginger, make him Wally West. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? All right. Lastly, man, this is what. Oh man, I would have been so excited to play this. Like, I wanted to have a clip where I was gonna talk about like the Royal Rumble. I mean, all right. Lastly, the Royal Rumble, and it'd go. And then it'd be like, just kidding, it's John Cena is Duke Nukem. So John Cena is likely going to be Duke Nukem in an upcoming Duke Nukem movie. And my question to you, Juancho,
did anyone ask for this?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what you're gonna ask me.
Seriously though, right? Like, I mean,
we got that game a while back. You know, that wasn't even you didn't even get that much popular. So now you're making a movie. I'm pretty sure about a rebooted game that wasn't really popular. You're in trouble, buddy. It's your money.
It's your money. Honestly, I don't know what to say because no one asked for the Baywatch
Duke
reboot.
Nukem's stuck in the 90s. He's a 90s thing or something, you know?
Exactly.
I feel like his kind of humor, his style, it doesn't fit for the right now. It's not cool anymore. It's not cool to be like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What's cool?
Definitely. Francis, man, made me laugh so hard. Like, internally, I couldn't laugh because you were talking. I tried to tell him. He's like, this photo is blank. What do you... I can't see it. What's happening? Why are you showing Coca-Cola's background? Yeah, so...
to be fair, though, it looks like he fits. It looks like he fits. John Cena could be...
He definitely has, like, the look. Like, you bleach his hair blonde and everything. But do we really want, like, a Duke Nukem story? Like, how deep... are we gonna
John
get?
Cena's
like,
not even that good of an actor, too. But then again, you don't have to be a good actor to be Duke Nukem. So I don't know.
Like, I want to give a lot of props to John Cena because it's not easy making that transition to Hollywood. Like, The Miz has been trying forever, but
are you sure? Because The Rock seems to be doing fine.
he is one out of like how many wrestlers that made the transition, right? Like Hulk Hogan wasn't that good, but like. You know what I'm saying? Like, John Cena is great in short bursts, like in Trainwreck. I didn't even like him that much in Trainwreck, but he's okay in short bursts.
I watched his one movie, The Marine. That was terrible.
He was good in Psych, the TV show Psych. I liked him there.
I didn't catch it there. You know, John Cena's only good for memes.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
It.
Francis in the chat says Duke Nukem is kind of macho misogyny. Yeah, there. See, it's misogyny, and there's no place for that.
It doesn't fit right now. Yeah.
Like I was saying, how much depth are you gonna get from that Duke Nukem story? And in all honesty, John Cena. Like, not to knock him, he's a hard worker, but like, yeah, how much depth are you gonna get from a script like that? And then
I guess maybe it could fit if they're all meta about it, because that's also what Duke Nukem is, right? It's pretty meta. It's kind of like Deadpool.
Yeah,
and Deadpool worked.
That makes
he could just
sense.
be crude and meta, and that's Deadpool.
And then have a little bit of like that 21 Jump Street flavor on it, you know?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Just in the chat said. Trainwreck was horrible.
Horrible. Oh, are we just? You can go do it.
No.
Trainwreck was horrible, but
he
and Bill Hader were the only
good part.
Okay.
No, I honestly think LeBron stole a lot of the scenes in that movie. Like he's surprisingly good in that movie. Francis in the chat says Deadpool is smart comedy. Yeah, it is pretty smart comedy.
Is it? Really?
Well, I mean, Francis is also a little vain because he heard his name show up a lot in that movie.
Okay, I see.
You're right. He's like, oh, it's so smart, man. It's so smart. Oh, Francis.
Oh, Francis. Genius.
10
out of 10.
Absolutely
10 out of 10.
Magnificent writing. All right, we got to wrap up the show, folks, because I got to head out to do so much crap. I got a meeting at 2. Got to go to the bank and all that other stuff. All right. This is the part where I'm going to play the bed music. I'll edit it all together later. All right, Juancho. Where can the folks at home find you when you are not on the Quit Stalling Geekcast?
You can catch me with my Twitter. It's at Saldana Juancho, or my Instagram, which is flipped at Juancho Saldana. So.
Awesome. We gotta get some brand unification for you. We gotta change one of those to the same thing.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right. If you want to find me outside of the Quit Stalling Geekcast, you can find me at Herald Plays on Twitter, on Instagram, on any other social media. Just find me at Herald Plays on Twitch, twitch.tv/Herald Plays. If you want to find out more about the Quit Stalling Geekcast and our other shows on the Quit Stalling Media Network, head on over to twitch.tv/quitstalling. Subscribe to us, follow us, do all the stuff there that makes us happy, because we love you guys and we do all of this to entertain, and we are nothing without you guys. Francis, Ojos, Adrian Latipi, and all of you fine folks at home, thank you so much for tuning in. We're on we're not on SoundCloud. Ignore SoundCloud. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. You guys can see the links below. Quit Stalling Us on Facebook.
I'm kind of surprised you just haven't covered the SoundCloud already.
I've been hesitant to.
All you have to do is
to
crop the black part and just cover it, then move the.
Because it's an artistic thing. You don't want to leave the gaps. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We're on Twitter at Quit Stalling Us. We have all our updates there. Let's see what else. Instagram at Quit Stalling, and you can find all our shows. Download our shows, audio only, on Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, the iTunes podcast store. It's not really a store, but the iTunes podcast app. Player.fm, and so much more. Pocket Casts. So check those out, guys. Quit Stalling, the Quit Stalling Geekcast and Gamebite. We record Gamebite live every Wednesdays, 9:30 p.m. We got a show tomorrow. It's going to be me and DZ all by ourselves. And next week, me and Juancho will be back on the Geekcast. Same bad time, same bad channel. But of course, Thursday we got something special planned for everyone, so stay tuned for that.
Yep.
Check out all that social media for updates. We will see you guys soon. All right.
Yes.
I don't know if the outro is going to play properly. Francis, let us know. We'll see you guys next week. and on Thursday. We'll see you guys Thursday. Bye, everyone. Bye.
All right. See you.